Good morning, family. It's Tuesday, May 5th, 2018. And today's reading comes from the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verses 21 through 24. So I'm just going to read that for you, okay? Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. The rich man utters supplications. The poor man utters supplications, but the rich man answers roughly. A man of too many friends comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. This morning, just briefly, I want us to look at the contrast between the poor man and the rich man. So, children, Madeline, Henry, Samuel, when you think of a poor man, what comes to mind? For me, when I think of someone that's poor, I think of someone that's lacking, that doesn't have many of the basic necessities of life. Oftentimes, we think of a poor person as being of humble state. They have just the bare minimum, perhaps. But then the rich, when we think of a rich person, we think of someone who lacks nothing, someone who needs nothing, who is never wanting. So I think oftentimes the contrast is between someone who is humble versus someone who is maybe arrogant or prideful. And that's not always true. Not all poor people are humble, and not all rich people are arrogant. That would be a mischaracterization. But I think in general, when we think of a poor person, and we think of a rich person, we think of someone of a humble, lowly estate versus someone of kind of a high estate, a high position, perhaps an arrogant or proud person. So this morning we see that the poor man utters supplications. It's this poor person who's lacking, who doesn't have, who is the one who begs and makes their requests known to God. The poor, humble person who recognizes their need for God in their lives, who recognizes their utter inability to accomplish anything for their salvation. It's this person that's going to make their supplications known to God, whereas someone who believes themselves to be completely without need in terms of God's salvation, that they can pull themselves up by their bootstraps, that they have all that they need within themselves, and they can save themselves. This rich person, this person that's not lowly in spirit, their answer is going to sound something like this. If you knock on a door, perhaps doing door-to-door evangelism, or you're talking with your neighbor or a friend at work, perhaps their answer sounds like, "No, man, I don't need Jesus. I'm good. I'm good. I've got all I need. I don't need that. I don't need that religion stuff. I don't need that crutch of Christianity to save me. I can make it on my own." You can see the difference in the answer there. One is a humble pleading for mercy from God. The other is, "And I don't need you." And so I think that's what this proverb is talking about this morning, when it's contrasting the poor man and his supplications with the rich man's rough answer. So I just want to encourage you, family, as we go about the day, let's remember that without Christ, we are poor, naked, and blind, and wretched. And it's only through God's grace and mercy that we have salvation. It's not something we earn. It's not something that we can build ourselves up and work ourselves up to. We can't clean ourselves up good enough. We can't fill ourselves with enough things, enough good characteristics and traits to make God want to look at us and choose us and save us. Apart from Christ, we aren't rich. We are very poor. And so let us be humble today and call out to God for mercy. And be in prayer today about our situation with the just the situation that we have going on in our lives right now. Just be in prayer about that today, and let's not be arrogant about it and think that we have all the answers. All right, I love you all. I hope you have a very good day. God bless you. Bye-bye.